Hey, I got two calendars in front of me. They're both 2024 calendars. Today is January 6th on my other calendar. It's right there, January 6th. You know why that's important? Some of you do. Today is Epiphany. Epiphany, which always occurs after Christmas. Now Christmas, early Christians celebrated Christmas as a season. It was like 12 days of Christmas. And then after the 12th day, it's always January 6th. I used to call it the Epiphany of this season of Epiphany. And someone had corrected me. No, Epiphany is one day event. And really, it focuses on the Magi coming to see Jesus. Now, Jesus isn't a baby now. He's not an infant. He's maybe a couple years old. You could read all of this in Matthew chapter 2. In fact, it says he comes to the home. They come to the home of Joseph and Mary. But let me read you just the beginning of this because I found this very interesting. It's chapter 2, Matthew. Now, after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, the Magi from the east arrived in Jerusalem, saying, "Where is he who has been born King of the Jews? For we saw his star in the east and have come to worship him." When Herod heard the king, when Herod the king heard this, he was troubled, and all of Jerusalem with him. Now, I can understand why Herod was troubled, but why all of Jerusalem? That's an interesting thought. At least I had that thought. Well, Gail and I were talking about that. By the way, we don't know if there were three, one, 100. No, there's more than one. There may have been quite a few of Magi coming. We only think of three because of the gifts of gold, gift for a king, right? Um, uh, Frankincense, priest, because Jesus was the big priest and the great king of all. But myrrh, which is a something used for burial, for funeral preparations. That's a strange gift. But you got to always put Jesus was born so we could die, so we could rise. I mean, you got to put all that picture together. Well, I wanted just to share with you part one. I got part two is going to come, and that's a story which is not in the Bible called the Fourth Wise Man. But I just think it's really powerful. You got to picture these magi coming, and they see maybe Jesus is 2 years old. It's just a toddler, but they know he is the great king. They see God. They may very well see God. They begin their walk with Jesus, which is kind of my theme for a while, walking with Jesus. Well, I read all of Matthew chapter 2, read that whole Epiphany event, because there are some people that on Epiphany, I found these very interesting. They don't, there's some traditions, they don't give out gifts on Christmas Day. Oh, they celebrate the birth of Jesus. They have a great party. But the gift giving is usually, for some people, they do it on January 6th after Christmas. I have a friend who's a pastor. That was tradition of their family. I wish I would have started that tradition with our family. Imagine kids going back to school after Christmas, which they're going to be going. What'd you get for presents? And some are in school now, maybe, and they're saying, "Oh, we don't give out Christmas presents." You don't? Oh no, we celebrate. We have a great time. They would say, "We love that, the birth of Jesus." But no, we give out Christmas. We give out presents on Epiphany. 12 days after Christmas. Why? And then they get to share the story of the kings, the magi, the astrologers, whatever you want to call them, coming to worship Jesus. So on Epiphany, let's read this event, be in the story, and come and begin your walk with Jesus.